Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mansour. I am the Chief Revenue Officer at Shootstar. I know it's not easy to do a session after lunch, and usually we'll do energizers, maybe squats, jumping jacks, but I think you've waited enough for food, so we'll skip that part. I'm really excited to be here. As you can hear, and I can't hide it, I'm French. I have a terrible accent. So in the next 45 minutes, if you don't understand, just ask Cesar.
Or you could read the subtitles just below.
Yeah. But otherwise, just ask me to slow down, and I'll try to slow down and do my best. I'm really excited to be here. I live in Singapore. This is my first time in Austin. Not the first time in Texas. Every time I come to the US, I go to San Antonio. Who knows why? Yeah, the Spurs. I'm a big Spurs fan, and you know, I usually always get tickets behind the bench. And at that time, I could see Tony Parker play. So it doesn't matter where I land in the US. It doesn't matter Washington, New York. I'll go to San Antonio. But really excited to be here. First time here in Austin. And Cesar and I are going to be relocating. I mean, he's already moving in. He got a house. And I'll be moving in the next couple of months with a family from Singapore. So really excited. If you have any tips, Round Rock or Cheddar Park, you let me know. I've already decided it's going to be north, but if you want to give us some advice, we'll be more than happy. In today's session, maybe at first I'll let Cesar introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Cesar Cabrera. I'm the sales director for the US. Yeah, I'm originally a New York City native, but I've been living in Singapore for the past 12 years. COVID has brought me back to this great country again. I'm excited to see what we can do with Shootstar here out of my new home, Austin.
Thank you, sir. We'll try to get the clicker working. All right, cool. So in the next 45 minutes, what we want to do is really give you some tips on where to start. You know, we understand that as part of enablement, you have your stakeholders, either sales or marketing, and you want to give them tools that they can basically use to increase productivity. So what we're going to do is give you a live demo of our Shootstar platform. We're also going to give you a few use cases to show you how it can be applied. But most importantly, in the second part, which Cesar will drive, we're going to give you hands-on tips. And it doesn't matter which video tool you use. If you want to start enabling your team with video, what are the do's and don'ts and best practices? All right. So we'll try to make this session really interactive. So first of all, to talk about why do we think video is important today. I won't go through all the slides you'll see, I'll summarize them, but really number one thing that we all experienced in the last 24 months is teleconferencing fatigue. I think we all got tired of being on Zoom. I've personally implemented Shootstar in Salesforce prior to joining as a CRO, and I've seen our meeting rates, we've shortened the sales cycle, and basically the best feedback I got from prospects was, hey, you know, when you sent me that video, I thought I already knew you. I thought we had already a personal connection. So it helps build rapport easily and quickly. So here our love stats. I already focus on my top two. Cesar will have another top two. That's why we complement each other. My two favorite numbers here are 72% of customers prefer to watch a video than reading a book. Like personally, I rather watch a YouTube or a video to learn about something than going and reading 100 pages. And as you're going to be helping your sales leaders to make the right decisions in their business, which tool to implement, definitely you want to know that only 32% of companies are using video today as part of the best practices. What does it mean? You can really cut through and have an edge against your competitors. So Shootstar, to give you some background, we actually started as a professional services and a video production company. So our CEO, Mike, from Australia, is a geek. He loves his cameras, he likes his videos. You know, you can spend hours with him. He actually resolved a problem for one of his clients, which is, hey, I have to do 100 videos in 2 weeks. Mike gave him a kit with a camera, with a prompter and a lighting. The client will record a video and send it back to us, and in 48 hours, we have our creative producers do the editing. That's how we started 6 years ago. And now we have 6 offices. So of course, Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, London, and you see the US is in San Diego. So we've been operating out of San Diego for the last 3 years. But we wanted to keep Austin weird, so we decided to move. We decided to move from San Diego to Austin. With that, we've mainly doing professional services and building content at scale. We've actually gained around 350 clients. We have 12 million of revenue, and really across any industry. And where we started was really around just helping you to make videos. We didn't have any SaaS product, we didn't have any tool, we just enabled companies to make videos. You'll see a lot of industries. I would say that most of the time it's a fact we had a lot of mid-market and enterprise clients in our portfolio. So what do we do for them? As I said, we started with professional services. So if you're here to educate your sales team, to give them content they can digest, you're going to be looking at our professional services. We're going to help you make content really quickly. And recently, in the last 12 months, we actually developed a video prospecting tool. So you've seen us with ring lights and so on. We have a tool called Elevate, which I implemented, fell in love with, and moved from Salesforce to Shootstar. And that's what we're going to spend time on today. We're going to give you a quick demo of Elevate, how it can help your sales teams, how you can bring it into your organizations, and we're going to give you some live use case. Then we have a third tool called Cast. Cast is a screen sharing, so if you're familiar with Loom, it just helps you drive enablement online or remotely. It's really interactive. What it does is in one platform, you actually have all your different tools into one interface, so you don't have to switch from one to another. I'll go through Elevate, but in a summary, Elevate this is what it is. You have an app on your mobile or your desktop, and you can basically send personalized message to your prospect, clients, candidates in minutes, adding imagery, branding, and sound. And all of that is done in less than 5 minutes. That's why we let you try on the next step. And you have what we call an engaging landing page. You can have, we always talk about it as enablement. You will be asked, hey, what can we do? The sales team doesn't know how to create pipe. You will have questions. We have deals stalling and not moving for the last 6 months. How do you do? You can actually leverage Elevate across your sales cycle at the stage where you're discovering, attracting customers, nurturing, which is your pipe progression, and you're closing when you're converting the deal. And post-sales, you could also use Elevate to welcome people into your organizations, new clients, and say, hey, you've signed with us, welcome on board, this is what we're going to do for you. And obviously, it is going to open a door for upselling and cross-selling. I won't go through all these use cases, otherwise I'll spend all day here. What I want to do in the next few minutes is going to focus on sales cycle management, which is where we always ask about sales enablement. How can you help us in our sales cycle? So I'm going to give you 1 or 2 examples of outreach. How do you do outreach with Elevate? Maybe I'll give you an example of client onboarding, customer success, which is always vital at the end of the cycle. And lately, I think we all face the same challenges. How do you attract talents? How do you keep people within your company? So we're going to give an example of a recruitment use case, how you can use Elevate for hiring. So if you look at it, video can be used for basically your own employee experience, your customer experience, and your candidate experience. So let's go into demo time. So before we go into the platform, really quickly, I want to show you the end product because it's always easier. I'll show you the end product and then I'll show you how, all right? This is what we call our landing page. We call that a splash page in Shootstar. This page is fully customizable and you will see some examples of how our customers are using it. Cesar and I, and he's definitely fitter than I am, we love nature, hiking, trails, and all of that. So this weekend we went to Bull Creek early morning, even though I think it was too cold for me, but we did it. And in the middle of nowhere, we said, hey, you know what, why don't we shoot a quick video for the team that we're going to meet here? So I don't know if someone is named John here, but if there's a John, this video is for you.
Hi, John. Thanks for welcoming me to Austin. I'm having this great hike here at the Bull Creek. I want to share with you Elevate. So what is Elevate exactly? Elevate is our latest video app that empowers sales teams to send personalized sales videos within minutes. Think business pitches, meeting follow-ups, and deal closers. Elevate is designed to accelerate your sales pipeline and to make the production of video fast, simple, and seamless. How fast? We're talking minutes. You simply shoot a video on your phone and our AI engine edits that video within 5 minutes, adding imagery to support your message. It's easy as that. Just like I did this video, by the way, in the middle of my hike. And it doesn't stop there. Elevate also comes with a dashboard to track the performance of your videos and your sales team. If you'd like to learn more about Elevate, let me know when you're free and we can set up a meeting. I'm looking forward to chatting with you soon. But until then, take care.
And after that, I lost him, and I went back home. He was going a bit too fast. But now let me show you how do you do that. So obviously we started with a mobile app. For today's session, I'm going to walk you through a desktop version because it's going to be easier. So this is the Should Start platform. When you come here, as I said, you have all your video tools into one platform. So Pro, here, if you want to make product-led videos, thought leadership videos, you will go on Pro, and basically you will log a project, and our creative producers will collaborate with you, and in 48 hours, we'll give you back your end product. Cast, as I said, screen sharing, and Elevate is where we are. So when you go on Elevate, it starts with just a simple thing here where you can say, hey, new Elevate, all right? So you're gonna have a template. In the Should Start language, a template is a script. It comes with content, landing pages, sound, animation. That's all of that is one template. So you have a lot of templates here, and I'm gonna pick one which is the Elevate overview for events. And I'm gonna send this video to Mike. And Mike works for Velvet Taco. All right. And yes, we didn't have to queue for the food because we ordered Velvet Taco. So we actually loved it. We've been testing the food, the barbecues, and we just love that place. So if someone is working at Velvet Taco, you have a new investor here. And the intro and the outro is fully customizable, so I'm going to delete here. All right. And you can type whatever you want, right? So I'm just going to take a live just on my notes really quickly. So I'm just going to type this intro. I'm going to say, hey, great meeting you in Austin at the Sales Enablement Summit. I'm really excited to introduce to you Elevate. And then the outro, how I want to finish my template. If you want to know more about Elevate, come see us at the end of this presentation. All right. So what you see on the right side is your script, and you see the middle part, which is, so what is Elevate, and that goes until sales team, is fully templated. No one can change it. And the beauty of that is for you as enablers, trainers, and coach, you want to control the messaging of your team. You want to make sure that everyone is pitching your value proposal the same way. All right? You drive consistency on the way you're ramping up people. So even if let's say you're working in a really niche company, cybersecurity, if someone can read, then they can pitch the product because all they have to do is read the script. So then here I can add another one, all right? And I'm gonna reach out to Rick, and this time I'm gonna say, what's the name of this place? Terry's Black Barbecue. Sorry, really love a barbecue. So we're gonna reach out to Rick. So we're gonna go and create a recording queue. And here what happened is, what we advise people is, you spend half an hour, 1 hour in the morning or in the afternoon, and you can do 10 videos. So you could add 10 people here, 50, it doesn't matter. It just allows you to be focused in the old school and say power hours. You just call for 2 hours, you could do that. You can add 50 videos and just record them one by one. So you don't have to offload and change every time. So then you're gonna launch the teleprompter. And here, and Cesar is going to kill me because after that he's going to give you a training on the do's and don't when you record video, and I'm doing all the don't right now because I'm on stage. We don't have the right height, we don't have a lighting, you will see all of that. But anyway, when you go here, I don't know why my camera doesn't show, but basically you will have a teleprompter, and you have a script, and you have a green line, all right? So let's ignore the fact that the teleprompter doesn't show, and we're just going to start recording. So I'm going to do it live, all right? Let's go. So I'm going to check really quickly that I have the right language of the script. Here I'm going to adjust the speed. I speak really quickly, but I need that 15 personally. And I'm going to start recording. Yes, I smile. Hi, Mike. Great meeting you in Austin at the Sales Enablement Summit. I'm really excited to introduce to you Elevate. So what is Elevate exactly? Elevate is our latest video app that empowers sales team to send personalized video in minutes. Think business pitches, meeting follow-up, and deal closer. Elevate is designed to accelerate your sales pipeline and to make the production of video fast, simple, and seamless. How fast? We're talking minutes. You simply shoot a video on your phone, and our AI engine edits the video in 5 minutes, adding imagery to support your message. As easy as that. Just like when I do this video, by the way. And it doesn't stop there. Elevate also comes with a dashboard to track the performance of your videos and your sales team. If you want to know more about Elevate, we are just behind the door on the left side. Come see us after this presentation. And I keep smiling. All right. This is how we'll talk about why it's important to smile later on. But all right, so then straight away it finishes and it gives you to the next one. So while it's loading and going into the AI, what I will do, I'll exit the teleprompter. So this is now loading. It's going into the cloud. The AI is adding imagery, the sound and everything, and you're going to get your end product. While this is happening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some live examples. The first one, and yes, I do bleed a bit blue. After 5 years in Salesforce, you always remember Salesforce. So this is what we've done in Salesforce. The video that I'm going to share here is not a Salesforce employee just for a compliance reason, all right? But I want to give a disclaimer that no child was harmed in this process. All right, let's go.
Hi, Aisha. It was great connecting with you on LinkedIn today. As I promised, I'm sending you some information about Salesforce and more specifically our sales CRM. As an overview, Salesforce makes it easy to use cloud-based applications that help you stay connected to your customers, partners, prospects, and more. In the world's #1 CRM platform, enabling business to self-service and market like never before, and it's the customer success platform, helping you connect to your customers in a whole new way. With Sales Cloud, you always have some information you need to close deals, collaborate, sell as a team, manage your leads, and track opportunities from the first contact through the final handshake. If you want to learn more, click below to see further information and to book a meeting with me. I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Can we make some noise for Hannah? She doesn't know this is happening. So Hannah is my daughter. She's 9. So the message here is really simple. You always hear feedback from your sales team. How am I going to get them to adopt this? It's so complicated. And I use this thing that if you can read, and if my daughter can read, you can get your sales team to adopt it. So this page is fully customizable, and that's the beauty of it. That's why I talk about, I would say, engaging landing pages. So the logo here will always be the logo of your company. The prospect's name, when you send a video, will have their own personalization. And the content, as I said, the template comes with a script and the content that goes together. Here, you can also customize what you want your prospect, clients, candidates. It doesn't matter, your use case, what you want them to see. So here, basic stuff on Salesforce, #1 CRM. Then you have a video on success from anywhere, which fits in really well if you start because we can shoot from anywhere. That's what we've done in Bull Creek. And then you have some customer references, Schneider Electric, PayPal, and so on. So this page, when you get on board, we actually help you customize this to your need. All right? So that's one example. I won't play all because now I think you got the idea of how it's working. You got a page, you got the landing page. So this is another example. Really quickly, Google Cloud, which is also one of our customers. Similarly, you have a script, and they actually use their own with the industry insights. So every page is customizable. And we do have what we call a blank template. So what is a blank template? You still have the whole page which is personalized. So this is SAP, one of our clients as well. The page is fully customized, but the blank template doesn't have any animation. You won't see the images coming, you won't have none of that. Why is it really helpful? Because sometimes you want to send a one-on-one message to someone. All right, so we use that a lot in Star for at the end when a deal is in negotiation and someone was supposed to send you a PO and has not sent the PO. Well, we use a blank template and say, hey, Jude, what's happening? But in a polite way. But that's really powerful, all right? So you want to be able to still keep a high level of personalization with the page, the content, but no animation. This one is from someone who is actually in Mexico and is in Spanish. So if you don't mind, I'll just play it. It's again 1 minute 20, but it will give you the view of what is a blank template. So again, when you start, you see the yellow and black. That's actually the whole branding on SAP. That's their official colors. So we got approvals with them. We put that together.
Hola, soy Lara de SAP SuccessFactors. Espero que estéis todos bien. En la economía actual, la mayor ventaja competitiva de una empresa es su personal, y los estudios demuestran que ofrecer a las personas una gran experiencia laboral cada día repercute directamente en los resultados. Sin embargo, esas grandes experiencias están condicionadas y a menudo obstaculizadas por la tecnología y las herramientas que los empleados utilizan para realizar su trabajo. Con SAP SuccessFactors, su equipo puede transformar y mejorar la experiencia de los empleados e impulsar el éxito del negocio reduciendo los costes. Todo ello dentro de una única plataforma unificada. SuccessFactors es uno de los mayores proveedores de gestión de la experiencia humana en la nube del mundo y ha demostrado ayudar a nuestros clientes a reducir los costes, mejorar el compromiso y la productividad, así como también ayudar a la atracción, retención y desarrollo de los empleados. Por lo tanto, cubrimos todo el ciclo de vida del empleado, desde la contratación hasta la jubilación. Me gustaría hablar contigo sobre cómo podemos ayudar a su equipo a mejorar la experiencia humana a través de SAP SuccessFactors. También me encantaría compartir cómo algunos de sus colegas en otras organizaciones están mejorando la experiencia de los empleados y reduciendo los costes al mismo tiempo. Saludo.
All right. So simple case, equally powerful, goes well on LinkedIn outreach, and if you want to do mass messages, we recommend a blank template and you still have the same level of customization. Similarly, the page is fully branded to what the message they want to convey, so you have some assets here on SAP SuccessFactors and you have use cases. So now the last 2 use cases I want to show you before I go into a quick mobile, and I won't necessarily play the video in full. This one is a customer success. We use that a lot. So every time we sign a client, we say, hey, welcome to Shootstar. All right, and this is, I'm your CSM, and this is what we're going to do for you, and we're going to train you. All right, so I will skip that part. The last one, which I think, is, for me, it's a cross-functional challenge today at the early of this year, and since Q4, has been attracting talents and hiring, all right, or even onboarding new people into your organization. So we do work with Randstad because Randstad is actually helping us to hire our own sales team. So this is an example of how you could use video to attract a candidate, in this case really precisely to prepare them for the next round. So if some of you, and you don't have to rush or all say yes, want to work for Shootstar, there's actually here a few tips of what happened at the second stage. We ask our candidates to come and do a panel interview when they have to present themselves. So we work with Randstad, and every time we have a successful candidate coming in, they actually receive that video and say, hey, congratulations, you made it to Shootstar, this is what you need to know. So I'm going to play that one for you. It gives you everything you have to know if you want to work with us, okay?
Hey Frank, it's Maddie here from Randstad. Congrats on passing your first interview with Shootstar. They were so impressed with you and would like to invite you to a second round of interviews, this time with a panel. To help you prepare, here are some guidelines. You'll have 45 minutes for your presentation, followed by 15 to 20 minutes of Q&A. The content of your presentation should start with a high-level summary of your work, experience, followed by an explanation of why you'd like to join Shootstar and why you want to join now. Then your territory plan and 90-day strategy. And lastly, how Shootstar can help you succeed. This presentation is your opportunity to articulate your strengths and show that you can juggle velocity and thrive in a startup environment. Remember to show your enthusiasm and personality. You'll be meeting with Mansell, the head of global marketing, as well as the head of account management, the head of professional services. I highly recommend researching each of their profiles and backgrounds prior to the interview.
What I like about this example is on the bottom, you have a lot of, my apologies. You have a lot of assets given to the candidates, all right? So how do you prepare for this panel interview? Some information from Randstad. Then they have things around how do you answer the questions, tell me about yourself, how do you prepare a territory plan, and what type of questions you want to ask your panel interviewer, all right? So this just gives you a live example of giving a candidate experience even before they start. So yes, we're taking CVs, the table on the left when you get out. You can put the CVs there. But this is really a live example for you. To close my part, I think the best is actually now to give you another view of the mobile version of it. I'm going to share my screen. So we actually started Elevate on a mobile. So we've just launched the desktop a couple of weeks ago, all right? So the last few months, I've never had desktop version. I like a lot the mobile because it has a higher resolution of camera than usually a laptop do, but both will do the job. So when you see here is actually what we call, you can see my phone, you got to view Elevate demo, and here's just a quick way for you to share this video in different platforms. Sorry. Perfect. So in APAC or in Asia, we use lots WhatsApp, of course, but if you go through LinkedIn, you could actually post as a general post. That's recommended when you do a general message, not targeted to someone. If you do now a one-on-one outreach, you can reach out to someone and say, hey, I'm going to send this to Cesar, and he's going to get this video, and you can customize it. So it's just a nice way to share it. One more thing I can share here is, and let's make sure I use a good example. Let's see this one. Maybe not a good one because it was recorded today, but actually every time someone watches your video, you get your stats here. How many times the video was viewed and how many times the landing page was also viewed. And now a bit of gamification. So this is a small group of us using this account, for instance. You can see how many videos were made, all time, today, this month, and you can filter by video created and splash page. So now to make a video, you just click on the template, and I think we have someone from Salt here, so she's going to recognize the logo. But B basically going to use this one, and let's say we want to hire an account executive. Going to hire Megan, and it's just the only thing you have to do. You've seen it outside. You rotate your phone. It sounds a bit awkward. I'm not going to do it, but you just press on the green button, read the scripts, and similarly, in 3 to 5 minutes, you get the same videos. All right. So the same functionalities on your laptop and on your mobile, and that's how we've done the one in Bull Creek. All right. I think I'm just on time. 27 minutes. Sarah, I'll hand over to you. I'll put you your slides, okay?
Okay, thank you, Mansour. So first I want to share with you best tips for shooting a successful video. So we're going to start off first with the technical section, which is going to be about how to set up correctly, presenting, how I should look, and then how I should sound. So setting up correctly. Let's talk about light. It's the most important part of a video. As you can see here, you want to make sure that you have enough light, preferably natural light, but you don't want it to be blaring in your face. Now, if you guys want to do this activity, I also did it in Bull Creek. We can do something called the selfie spin test. And the reason you want to do this, other than looking like Leo and pretending that you're Rose on the Titanic, is to make sure that you have the right lighting. Lighting can affect the way that you look. Sometimes, I get shinier on one side, or sometimes I appear too dark. But if I do the spin test, and hopefully not on the cliff there I was on that shot, it's usually safe, and I'll be able to film a very, very effective video. This is 2 great examples. We have Melissa on the left, who's with the light in front of her. So she's in focus. You can see every part of her. She's well lit. And then we have Jared, who's a fantastic salesperson, but really rubbish in this instance because he's completely in the dark. So yeah, lighting is very important because, as you can imagine, it is what's going to be the main focus in your video. Another thing is avoid distractions in the background. This is probably one of the most famous viral clips of a reporter trying to go onto camera. Children walk in, the mother scurries, pulling one child and another one right after. What I would recommend is, of course, not to film with kids or in front of a doorway. Make sure to keep the kids locked, okay? But you want to provide an environment with no distractions. You want to have depth. If you saw in the first video with Mansour's daughter, Hannah, she had a lot of depth, right? She was well lit, you know, other than being very gorgeous. You can see her very clearly, and that message came through, right? I think everyone was engaged. I saw everyone's heads up. So that's important. That's very important when it comes to a video. Also important, and these are real subtleties that you can do, you can make your background be on brand. So for example, if it's Shutsa, I'm not really wearing the right thing, but if I had like a lime green, like that mint, or the message, maybe if you have a message in the back, some people have like vision boards and stuff, you can put stuff up there for your customer. You know, little things that, you know, really go a long way, because again, we're trying to personalize this image. We're trying to get above the crowd, above all the noise and the chatter that goes on LinkedIn. Okay? Using your laptop. Sorry, Mansour, I have to say in this one instance, it didn't go really well. But it is important not to film at an angle, because you don't want to look down on someone and you don't want to look up on someone, because then you get to see your double chin. That's quite gross, or up someone's nose. So it's important to make sure that you prop up your device so you're exactly at eye level. And most importantly, if you're on a mobile device, please mute your notifications. Mute meaning silent, not even vibrate, because if it vibrates, that'll come up on the video. The other half of the message is obviously how you sound. So use an external mic if possible. So it doesn't have to be extremely fancy, right? We're not shooting a podcast, right? You're not Joe Rogan here. But you can use something like a headset with a built-in mic. That's also helpful. It just reduces the amount of ambient noise. It makes you come out loud and clear. And I would recommend always to listen back before you send. So how should I look and sound? Some recommendations. Poor Jerry came out with a wonderful shirt, but I think it's not appropriate because if you can see, it's almost the same color as the background, right? So you have to make sure that your clothing is camera friendly, it represents your brand, that it's well pressed. You know, maybe you want to wear the colors of those that you want to talk to. I think that's really important. Hair and makeup. Make sure it's you know, looking good. You don't have to put so much because you're not on television, but it is important at least to, you know, doll yourself up a bit for the audience, right? One thing I would avoid, and I'm a big fan of striped shirts, but the thin vertical striped shirts start to cause a bit of an optical illusion, and you don't want the person on the other end to get seasick and vomit before the end of the video. So that's always important. Body language. This is something that, of course, is a way of drawing attention, right? That's why politicians, right, use their hands when they talk. So it's important to use the right kind of hand signals and body language, right? The other thing is posture. I don't know if you guys notice, but I tend to sway a lot. So one way of preventing that when you're doing a video, if you're a person who likes to present standing, is to put all your weight on one leg. That way you kind of resist that urge to sway, unless you're in California and there's an earthquake. Make sure you have open body language, right? So roll your shoulders back, chest out, just shows confidence. And it's something that, of course, is engaging when it comes to speaking to the audience. Do be aware of any compensating behaviors you have, like maybe lip biting, nail biting, touching your face, scratching your beard, and you know, just be aware of those nervous tics that you have. Facial expressions, smile. You know, if you look at it, remember an old school, like when you turn up the volume to 10, put it at 12. Like, you really have to smile really big on the camera, like Mansour did, because it comes out even bigger on the camera. If you thought your smiling was good enough, you want to increase it even more. Blink, make sure that you look alive. Be animated. I think if you can see in my video, I tend to move my head a bit just to give a bit of a sense like, I'm alive, I'm animated, right? I tend to be a bit monotone, but I try to hype myself up right before a video. And action, right? How do you sound, right? Try to sound genuine. You know, pretend that a person is on the other screen and it's not just a black mirror, right? Really, really be animated. Remember to breathe. Some people just think it's a race and they just go straight forward. Find your pace and rhythm, just like a musician would do on a keyboard. And emphasize any keywords just to deliver that message. I think that's really, really important. And do find the time, you know, again, that goes back to not rushing. I prefer and recommend that we do videos in batches. So you do sit down, like Mansour explained, maybe half an hour a day, get all your videos out of the way. If you're with a sales team, such as myself, we all get together, and try to do that as a power hour. Like as you saw on the platform, we have a gamification of it, so you guys can compete like, I've made more videos than you. That usually results in more meetings, right? So it's a good way of keeping things friendly and competitive. All right, so just to recap, I know I kind of rushed through it, so apologies, but if you have any other questions, we'll be just outside and we'll give you some more tips. Lighting, always make sure that lighting is facing you, preferably natural light, but if you live in a cave, just make sure that the light is in front of you and not behind you. Make sure you have a good background, clear of distractions, with a bit of depth, and having things that are on brand and message for your audience. Make sure the camera's at eye level, so that is flattering. Capture your best sides, your best aspects. Make sure that it's steady. Sometimes if you're on a mobile device, it can be quite wobbly. One thing I forgot to mention, and I apologize, you have to frame yourself. And one of the techniques that we use is called the cha-cha, so kind of like that. So you want to make sure you see the top of your hand, the bottom of your hand on the camera, and that usually is complete. So it's a way of that you don't look so cropped up, it's just your face, or too far away where like they can see like everything behind you. Okay, so you can double check that appearance on the mirror, or in this case, on the selfie camera. Warm up your voice. You can do anything from Om Shanti Shanti to opera, and I will spare you that because I don't want anything to shatter in here. Okay, but that usually does help with getting a very good voice and getting that message clear. Do have an active posture, like I mentioned, shoulders back, chest up, just show confidence. I heard that usually right before a meeting, if you just stand like this in front of a mirror, I think it's called a Wonder Woman stance, it does really improve your confidence, and you do deliver better messaging in that manner. Energy level at 12 and a scale of 10, just really, really crank it up. And practice. So much fun just practicing shooting videos. It's a lot better than just going through a boring slide deck. So really, really leverage the use of video. People are getting very creative these days. They're using a lot of video platforms to capture attention, right? And if you see that sweet spot that we have, which is about 1 minute, it's good. But that 1 minute, the moment that you start the video with something that's personalized, like, hey, your name, the person that you're trying to contact, and everything around them is about them, that 1 minute for them is good enough, and they'll be excited to not only look at the rest of the video, but to contact you and to share it going forward. Yeah, so I'd like to invite everyone, if you would like to go visit us outside, but essentially we're offering a free 30-day trial of our platform. You can scan the QR code now. What you will have would be a 30-day trial, so unlimited users, one blank template. You can also have a discovery session with one of our creative producers to get those graphics. So it would be different from the video in Spanish. You saw that it was just like her throughout. If you engage with us after trying this, or during the trial rather, what we do is we can provide you the graphics, the templating. And again, this is at no cost and obligation, but it'd be great if we get to work together soon.
If I can add one thing on this, we all know that you're going to go back and you're going to have stakeholders telling you, is it working? How do you adopt it? So this is the way to get it. It's just to get the food for you, to make it a proof of concept. That's how actually most of the cases are started for us. And also give a chance to get feedback, because actually the product you see and the product I started with in Salesforce 1 year ago has nothing to do. It has really improved a lot. And without your customers, and that's why I talk about it, without your customers you can't improve. And I think I can tell that clients like Salesforce were a big contributor of how cool is the tool today. They came with weekly feedback. I was on the other side, of course, but weekly feedback, weekly check-ins. We want this, we want that, we want this language, and today we have something really cool. So our goal is also to get to a point where we can enable salespeople, and you are our way of doing it because you're in charge of enablement. So any feedback you're going to give us will help us make the product release better and better and better.
And I think you'll learn after today, if you're not making video, someone will be making it anyway. That is the way forward. Right now, that's where a lot of what we see in terms of engagement is going. So with that, I'll open it up to Q&A.
So we've got a handful of questions for our 20 minutes here. How do you compete with Vidyard?
I'll take that one. All right. It's a really good question. So 3 things. Number 1 is the fact that the video you've seen come with content. It comes with, either it's a demo of your product, a demo of your platform, either it's a customer speaking, and VDR just gives you that blank template 101. The second thing is the blank template you've seen. You have the Salesforce logo, the Google, the SAP, the Randstad. That page is fully customizable, I would say, unless a VDR where one person has only one template. So you won't have that level of customization. And point number 3, the training that Cesar has delivered is actually a really condensed, short version of what you will get when you work with Shootstar. And for me, coming from outside, video is something new to me, all right? But we have these amazing magicians, and again, excuse the French accent. Those guys are amazing, all right? So they'll help you build content in any fashion. Most of the people working for us in the back end actually work on TV, commercials, and official channels. So when it comes to presentation skills, delivery, the type of content, they'll give you a lot of advices. So the Salesforce demo, the SAP, and the Google were all built by our content team, by our creative producers, and then, of course, vetted internally by the clients.
Next question we have is, how do you help reps adopt a platform in a format they've never used before?
Good question. So we didn't play it, but the customer success is a key role for us. So every time we onboard a client, we have a dedicated customer success, and even at the pilot stage, we do the same. And that person is basically going to arrange all the trainings. So I can't name all. The first training is how to present on camera. The second training is how to elevate your script. And then we'll add some gamifications. All right, so you've seen the ring lights we have. We'll usually give that to our clients as well and say, hey, highest number of videos created this week, get a ring light. We do things like, one of the best spiff we've done that has the highest success was on a client in Australia, and was actually to get a personalized video for one of the reps. So the reps who won the contest got a 1 hour with our content, with our creative producers, and they made a video just for him. And he talked about his hobby, about his career, and that's something that he wanted to use on his profile. So we actually support in different manners, but we do realize that gamification is big. That's why we have a dashboard. So customer success plus gamification is the way for adoption.
I think you're going to love this question. Can we get a copy of the video to show to our sales leaders?
Absolutely. We're going to take a long queue outside, and we can make videos for them. Joke aside, if you don't mind, you can post on the side, and we'll get your emails and send a video. But we like to send it personalized because it's really different. So one of the things we always do and say, hey, what is the name of your boss? Can I send a video for him? We'll record the video, we'll give it to you, so you don't breach any confidentiality, and you can send that video. So you're gonna hear from us. Don't be surprised. I'm just setting expectation. By Monday, you're all gonna get a personalized video from. Can I put you on the spot, G2, Sean, and because I have to fly back to Singapore, Cesar. So you will all get a personalized video saying thank you for coming, and this is what Elevate do. If you just reply, we'll be more than happy to engage.
Yeah, and if there's any content you wanted to have specifically, we can of course include that in the video.
The next question is, as a leader, do I have the ability to monitor the quality of the videos that my sellers are sending out?
Absolutely. So on the platform, as an admin user, you can see the videos created by your team. And that's actually where Cast, which is the screen sharing, comes into the picture. Because what we do, and I should have maybe started there, Cast allows you to watch a video, and let's say at 1:05, you can say, hey, Mansour, stop smiling, it's too much. You can actually coach the rep and give him live interactions. So as a sales leader, you can see the content built by your team, but you can also give them coaching through our Cast, which is the screen sharing and collaborative tool.
Next is,
Laura, sorry, there's a question from Laura in the back. I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely. So I think the best slide to talk about this is the first one. So as I said, we actually started as a video production company. So the technology piece has been only the last 24 months, all right? We started by doing only one thing and doing it really well. That's the professional services on the top. So which is exactly what Laura described. You may have, a script, you want to record something, and we're going to help you make the content. And within 24 to 48 hours, that's our SLA. So usually at that time, we have less and less, but we had a kit that we send you. The kit had a camera, a ring light, a prompter. And some companies like HP had their own equipment, so they didn't need much of ours. Some will have their own content, they will shoot it and send it back to us, and we'll put the content together. And I talked about the magicians because those are the ones behind everything that happens. When a request comes in, they'll take the project, they'll look at what are the assets provided by the client, they'll put it together, and on the platform they're going to collaborate and say, hey, this is a draft one. What do you like, what you don't like? And what happened is, through the platform, the client says, at 2 minutes 05, I want you to add one more picture. All right, and we're going to do that until the final product. So that's what we do the best. I do most of my all hands through videos within the company. We record our all hands, and we got the magicians again. I call them like this because I was really impressed. We'll send them and say, this is the all hands, and they'll put the content together. We distribute as a company. So usual use case will be product training. Like you got a new release, you want to enable the team through video. Thought leadership videos, I think those ones are something we do a lot and really popular. So if you want to convey a message through town halls, all hands and so on, or even simply to get ready for as a speaker to an event. And the third one is internal comms. You want to announce changes, you're making a 360 pivoting in your org chart, and I think it's good, instead of just going on our hands when no one asks questions, is actually to send that video and say, hey, this is where we are at our stage of our company, and this is how we do it. So if you're interested in Pro, it works exactly the same way. The way our pricing works, and that's why I would say our most loyal customers are not fully aware, but actually our pricing gives you access to everything. So you have access to Pro, Elevate, and Cast. We don't price individually. So what happens is then you choose what you want to use. You want to do recording, you use Elevate. You want to make videos at scale, you're going to use Pro, and you're going to get a package of video associated to it. Right, so it really, for us, the goal is giving you all the tools in one platform for you to manage your video life cycle end to end. Does it clarify? Thank you. Thank you for asking.
So it is one cost, like a yearly cost?
Yeah, so by the number of users. So we have tiering. We're not supposed to go on a pricing discussion in these sessions.
But you know where to find them.
No, but I will answer. It's a platform fee that gives you access to Pro, Elevate, and Cast. And you have your tiering depending on the number of users, 1 to 10, 10 to 50, 50 to 100, and 100 and above. All right? And the package for the number of videos is an add-on. So you can say, hey, I have 10 users, so we're going to put you in one tiering, and I'm making 5 videos a month. So we're going to calculate that and give you the pricing. Cool.
The next question is, are you finding that teams are having video fatigue? And would you say high quality videos reduce this fatigue?
Oh, it's a really good point. It's a really good point. I think the general answer to that is it depends how much you abuse and how long you make the video. If you've noticed, most of our videos were like 1 minute 20 length. We try, and that's the hardest part of this. We try to build scripts that are below 2 minutes. And even after that, again, the magicians, and you should say that, you should reach out to someone and you should stand and say, hey, the CRO loves the backend team because they're amazing. But these people will help you actually script and remove the extras and the layers. So I've never seen a script being approved on the first shot. It always takes 5 or 10 back and forth. But we get to a point where we remove the layers and you have something crispy. So to answer your question, I think if people are trained to do videos in less than 2 minutes, you won't have a video fatigue. However, if you send thousands of videos and they're all really lengthy, not engaging, of course it's going to happen.
And that's why we prepare everyone with the tips. And of course, you'll be with the creative team, and you'll get even more feedback and advice.
And maybe one more thing add to that is the personalization that we provide, again, compared to a Vidyard or a BombBomb, is a key differentiator. Your client gets a personalized landing page. Like that page was built for you. And that's the best feedback I got is you've made this for me. Yes, I did this for you. And that's a game changer.
We've got 2 more questions. If you could have only one, which would you choose, a ring light or an external mic?
Wow. Can you take this one?
Of course. Of course. See, that's what the CRO does. He gives the sales director the most difficult question. I would say it would be the lighting, because at least you can see someone's mouth and lips moving. Yeah. It would be great to be, having good audio. I myself am very sensitive. I hate hearing buzzing in the background. I'm very sensitive. I have nice headphones all the time. But yeah, the visual is very important. People really, really focus on visual. Audio, you can sacrifice a bit, but visual, at least you can see lips moving. Yeah.
But please, if it comes to a point where you have to choose between a ring light and a mic, come see us. We won't let that happen.
All right, so for the final question is, what do you tell a seller if they have a face for radio and don't like to be on video?
Well, that's why there's filters, right? No, we love our customers all equally. Everyone is beautiful, right? So just go out there and film all the videos you can.
Again, I will throw in our creative producers. I would say they can beautify. They can beautify, and one of the upcoming, and it's not now, it's 6 to 9 months down the line. We're actually working closely with TikTok, all right, and because of the overall how it started, and actually it's to leverage some of the filters into our platform. So I've done a demo of it. It's actually really funny. I was actually making makeup, adding more hair, and then go recording. So we are working on that. I would say it's a 6 to 9 months before it is fully done, but it will help for sure.
That's all for questions from the platform.
Yeah, because the more you go, the more they got really, really tricky. Right? Thank you, everyone. Thank you for making time.
Thank you.